Hi, it's Mrs. Taylor. I'm going to give you a little overview of the courses that are offered for the 2020-2021 school year in the Family and Consumer Sciences Department. All of the classes I'm going to talk about are Family and Consumer Sciences classes, and they're all taught by myself. If it says that it is 0.5 credit, that means it's a one semester class. And if it says that it is a 1 credit class, that means it's for the whole year and you have to take that class for the whole school year. Class fees range from no dollars to $10 because some of the courses have a lot of materials or food expense, and so those need to be covered. Prerequisites are courses that you have to take and pass before you can take the next course. Sometimes these courses don't have a prerequisite, but they do require teacher permission. The first class we're going to talk about is Career and Life Planning. It is for 8th graders only. Okay? It's a half credit, it's one semester, and you will rotate through the different electives during first hour. There's a small class fee. We're going to focus on the career exploration in family and consumer sciences careers. We're also going to talk about kitchen safety, nutrition, cooking basics, some hand sewing, and we're going to talk about getting a job. So, how to shake a hand, interview questions, building a resume. And a lot of parents think, wow, that's really early to be doing that. But a lot of the freshmen and sophomores are getting jobs and they won't take one of those courses until later on in high school. So, this is a good way to get them prepared for those sorts of job interview and job search skills. Family Studies is next. This is open to anyone and there are no prerequisites. It is one semester. Our whole basis is the family through lifespan and making sure that we are getting some healthy relationship advice in there, career discovery and personal wellness surrounding family-based careers, and how to help a family function effectively throughout the lifespan. There are lots of different stages of a family: dating, marriage, children, empty nest, and retirement. We're just going to study and move right through those. This is a course that would be really great if you are wanting to go into the early childhood or the teaching and training classes that are coming up later. Food science, this is such a fun class. It is for sophomores, juniors, and seniors, but it is only with teacher permission because it is a local science credit, but it is not a Regents science credit. So if you are headed to a university, this is not the course for you. We are going to look at biology and chemistry principles, but applied to food. So it's just a little different way to look at science through the lens of food. A big focus is going to be on safety and sanitation, as well as foodborne illness and cross contact that can occur when it comes to food allergens. You have to be able to work in a group and be able to follow directions in this course because sometimes our labs are edible and sometimes they are not. Nutrition and Wellness is a course that's open to every grade level and there's no prerequisite. This focuses on both the nutrition and wellness aspects of an entire lifespan. It's mostly focused on mental, emotional, and physical wellness and how those relate to nutrition. We will talk about meal planning on a budget and we'll do 5 or 6 foods labs, but we're also going to focus on stress management techniques. We're going to talk a little bit about how do you maintain physical health through exercise and diet and the relationship between mental, emotional, and physical wellness. Culinary Essentials is another one of those classes that's open to anybody in the high school with no prerequisites. If you are wanting to go on to the culinary classes, this is one that you need to take. This is going to give you all of the basics that you need to move on to those advanced culinary classes. We're going to talk about cooking methods. We're going to talk about time and temperature and storage and sanitation, not just at home, but also in a commercial setting, like in a restaurant. And that'll give you some basic knowledge if you want to work in a restaurant, which is a really common career for high school students to start out in. We're also going to talk about food service management as well as customer service. Even though those two things don't necessarily deal just with cooking, they are really, really important when it comes to a culinary pathway. Culinary Arts 1 is a whole year class, it's 1 credit, and Culinary Essentials is the prerequisite for that class. There is a class fee. These are going to be advanced cooking methods and advanced cooking techniques. And we're going to talk a lot more about cooking skills, but also menu planning, costing, and budgeting, not just for making one meal, but also for an entire restaurant or food service establishment. We're also going to cook for some other people and do a little bit of catering. Human growth and development is for sophomores through seniors that want to go into those childhood or teaching related careers or courses. There's no prerequisites. We're going to focus on families, but how they develop and how they grow, and especially on children from conception through school age and their social, emotional, and physical growth and development. Leadership Service in Action is a course for juniors and seniors, and it's really unique in that it's with teacher permission only, and it's student-led and project-based. So students will see a problem in the community and want to solve it, and so then I will pair them up with a community partner, and they will try to find a solution to this problem that they see by developing a plan of action and then steps and executing an actual activity to help solve this community-based problem. Foundations to Early Childhood Education is for juniors and seniors. It is 1 credit, so it's year-long, and there is a prerequisite of either family studies or human growth and development. It says "and" because usually those classes are taught back-to-back because family studies and human growth and development are both semester courses. This is going to talk about the appropriate care and development of children from infancy all the way through preschool age, and it's going to be the basis for any of the early childhood and teaching courses that students might want to take after. There is observation and interaction with children in both school and childcare settings. Teaching as a career is also offered to juniors and seniors, and it is 1 credit. It has the same prerequisites. This is the basics of education as the teaching partner. Students will be placed in a classroom with varying levels. So it'll be preschool all the way through middle school potentially, and they're going to learn about the basics of educational philosophy, classroom management, and teaching strategies, as well as communication between teaching peers, parents, students, and administration. The teaching internship is also for juniors and seniors, and it's 1 credit. Teaching as a career is a prerequisite, but you'll remember that teaching as a career also has prerequisites. So if you want to take the teaching internship course, you are going to have to really plan out what you want to take ahead of time. This is not teacher aiding. This is much different. This is a course for students that want to work in a classroom and learn about what it's like to really be a teacher and get in there and help to lead classroom activities. Community Connections has a prerequisite of 2 credits of FACS courses, and it has to have teacher permission. Usually this is taken before the next course called Career Connections. Students will be in a community service placement either within the school or in the community, and they will work on a pre-existing community project. With Career Connections, you also have 2 credits of FACS courses, and you must have teacher permission. It's usually taken after Community Connections. Students are in a job placement, and they are going to be either in the school or in the community, and their placement is going to be based on their career interests and their civic engagement goals, and they're going to learn about the inner workings of a career field of their choice. Consumer and Personal Finance is for seniors and is a graduation requirement, so every senior takes this course. We're going to introduce them to all aspects of finances once they leave the nest. Parents really like this class. Some of the really important things that we're going to talk about are the basics of investing and retirement accounts, as well as finding and renting a home or an apartment, including lease agreements, renting agreements, renter's insurance, and the student's rights and obligations as a renter. We're also going to talk about taxes and insurance and banking accounts, but the kids really get into the other stuff more. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and get a hold of me, Kayla Taylor, the Family and Consumer Sciences teacher, at my email address, which is listed there. You can call the school, but I may not get it because we're distance learning right now. If you'd rather talk with Miss Rao, I included her contact information there as well. I can't wait to see all of you in the fall. Bye now.